Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Delaney, and for today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different on my channel. I just did a bunch of declutters and those y'all really enjoyed, but because there are some sales coming up soon at Sephora, I just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to the drugstore brands. For this video, I'm going to be doing Splurge or Save, and I have a bunch of new drugstore products that I want to show you guys that are pretty comparable to luxury brands, and I'm going to go category by category and talk to you guys about if you should splurge or save, buy the luxury version because it's worth it, or you can go ahead and save some dollars and get it at the drugstore. Sometimes, hint hint, they're even better at the drugstore than they are from the luxury brands. So if luxury really is the best, I will definitely be giving my recommendations. The drugstore ones that beat out all of the luxury ones, I will also be giving my recommendations for those. So if that is something that interests you, then definitely keep on watching. Alright y'all, I have tried a bunch of new drugstore makeup and some absolute hits, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. I'll be comparing them to the luxury brands that I have and have tried. Starting out, this is definitely not going to be my background forever. This is as good as it's going to get for now, but for this type of video I wanted to actually show you the products but also talk to you guys and not just show you a blank white background for the whole video. So hopefully you enjoy this. Let me know if you want me to go back to my other format. But without further ado, let's jump into why y'all watched this video. So, starting out with the first category, which is skincare. I am not going to talk about this one too much because skincare is so heavily based on your skin type and any skin allergies you have. If you have sensitive skin, acne-prone skin, there's just so much to go over, and this kind of video is not that. So if you want some kind of in-depth skincare recommendations video, please let me know in the comments, but I will just do a quick, brief spiel, if you will. So the drugstore does have some good skincare options like CeraVe, La Roche-Posay, if you even want to call it a drugstore brand. It's at Target, so I guess it counts. Elf has a skincare line. The Ordinary I would consider a more drugstore option. There are a ton of different options for skincare at the drugstore and at the more affordable price tag. Sometimes they still get up in price, but they're not usually what the luxury one is. Like, I would consider the luxury skincare like Glow Recipe and Drunk Elephant, things like that. I have not tried a ton from the more expensive skincare brands just because skincare is something that I, A, am very picky about, B, I'm afraid it's going to hurt me, and C, I just don't want to spend that much money on skincare, especially if it's a product that I'm going to use over and over and over again and have to repurchase a ton. I want to save my money, so 99% of the time, I am going to be getting my skincare at the drugstore or Target or etc. I'm going to use the term drugstore for that kind of more affordable price tag kind of a brand and not like the brands at Sephora. Mostly I don't shop at Sephora for that or any kind of prestige brand for skincare. There are some things that I will buy, like my eye cream. I love the Glow Recipe eye cream. This is the Avocado Melt Retinol eye cream. This one's really good and I have repurchased it over and over and over again. So certain things like that I'll go ahead and do, but one jar lasts me forever, so I'm actually going to have to repurchase during the Sephora sale coming up because I am almost out, if you can see, but it's taken a really long time for me to get to this point. But drugstore skincare that I use, Snail Rescue, this one has been featured in most of my videos, the oil-free all-in-one moisturizer. This has the snail mucin in it, but it is not the COSRX one. This one is a more gentler one in my opinion. So if you didn't like the COSRX, definitely give Peach Slices a try. That's the brand. And then, yeah, the Snail Rescue, they have a bunch of different products in the line. And then my SPF is from Elf Skin. This is the Whoa Glow. The Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum SPF 30 in the shade Sunlight. They do have different shades, so they're not just like gonna leave a white cast. There are some deeper shades as well, so definitely check those out if you're interested in more affordable skincare. I'm gonna give the skin category a save because the drugstore pretty much has it made with all those brands. I pretty much get all my skincare from Target or any drugstore in general that'll carry it. So next up would be primers. And primers, I mostly use skincare as primers. Like I just talked about, this is pretty much like my 3-step routine before I do my makeup, and it primes my skin well enough that I do not always need and use a primer. I will say though, it's kind of like dead even for me. When I think about primers, there's a lot of great ones at the drugstore, and then there's a lot of great ones that are more prestige brands. The prestige one that comes to my mind is one that I actually am now testing out, but I have used this before in a different shade. This is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and this is a newer shade. This is in shade Fresh Pressed. It is a pinky shade, and this one, it just doesn't leave any kind of bronze tone to my skin like the other one did. If you like the Glow Drops from Glow Recipe, this has a very similar kind of vibe to it, the watermelon Glow Drops. I like this. It actually does have a similar like watermelon-y scent to it, but I actually really like that, and it gives my skin a glow from within that I really love, and adds a slight tackiness so that like primes my skin. I will use these in conjunction with my Holy Trinity here, the skincare Trinity that I have before. I will pair this along with that in the winter mostly, just to add a boost of hydration and kind of give a little bit of tackiness for it to stick to my makeup. But other than that, I don't use a lot of luxury brands primers. I will say I want to try the Natasha Denona High Gen Primer. That one was used on my wedding day and I loved it. I think that is something that I'm going to grab in the sale. It's more expensive, so I want to get that money off. I used to have the big version, but I only have this one. I need to repurchase the big one. This is the Marshmallow Primer from NYX. If you want a primer that does a little bit of blurring, doesn't have like an offensive smell to it. This actually has a nice like sweet smell to it, but not like overly sickly sweet, and does a great job of hydrating and blurring a little tiny bit. This is the one for you. This is so good. I have used up bottles of this before. This is just a sample that I got, and it's lasting me until I can get the big bottle again. But I really love this one. I know people love the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. The Glotion from L'Oreal is also really good. It technically is a primer, I guess. It's a glowy product underneath your foundation, or you can mix it in, but I actually used to use it as a glowy primer. There are a ton of different options, especially now if you want that glow boosting kind of product under your makeup. I know Milk Makeup has a bunch of different stuff. e.l.f. came out with their version of the Milk Makeup one, the Hydro Grip Primer. If you want to try that, it is a sticky, tacky primer, very similar, but I actually liked it more than the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk. So primers are just kind of like even for me. It's really hard for me to say which does it better. I will slightly lean towards the drugstore brand and the Save option, just because the drugstore is coming out with so many different products right now. They are just pumping out products and they are almost duping these luxury brands. So really try that first and see if your skin likes them. If you have more sensitive skin, maybe you might need some more options that might not have that. But hey, it's all trial and error with that. But primers, there are just so many right now. Go try them. Next up, we have foundations. And foundations is a hard one. Again, it's kind of almost a draw, but I will say I'm gonna separate foundations and skin tints real quick, because for some reason right now, the drugstore is all about skin tints, and I think it's just kind of been leaning that way for a long time now. But for foundation, like full coverage, medium coverage foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and give it the splurge category. It was really like nutrient packed, good for your skin, ingredients, the longevity, the pigmentation, how it overall feels on your skin. I would say I have more foundations that are more of the prestigious brands like Sephora, or even at Ulta. Like this, I have one that's kind of in between. I have some more like prestigious. So let me just go through them real quick and we can see. But the About Face one is so good. I have two shades because I'm kind of I have to mix and match a little bit. This one's too deep for me. This one's too light. And I go somewhere in between and mix my own shade because I just haven't found the right shade for me yet. But this performs so well. This is the the Performer Skin Focused Foundation from About Face. I love the packaging. I love the doe foot applicator. It's so fun. The formula on this is incredible. The price point on this is incredible. This is like smack dab in between drugstore and luxury. This is, I believe, like $22, which is really great for a foundation and the amount of product you get in here. This has 1.08 fluid ounces, if you're wondering. I'm in love with the NARS foundation. It's really hard to give it straight to the drugstore when this exists because this, I haven't found a drugstore foundation yet that acts like the NARS one does. This is the light reflecting foundation and this is in the shade Oslo. Love this foundation. It has skincare ingredients in it. It feels great on my skin. It's super lightweight. It's like, if I want a full coverage foundation, medium to full, I can build this up to pretty close to full coverage for me. But it is technically more on the medium side, but it builds nicely, which I like. This is the one to go to, like in the summertime, if I need to go to an event, this is what I'm wearing. It just has that luxury quality to it. It really it's worth the price in my opinion. And especially if you get it on a discount, like the Sephora sale coming up. If you haven't tried this, I would highly recommend. This one from Merit is also pretty much my top foundation ever. The NARS one for like full coverage and this one for light coverage. This is the complexion stick from Merit Beauty in the shade Ceramic. It is a stick and I did not think I would like stick foundation, but this completely changed my mind. So first of all, you get a ton of product in here. It just feels like it keeps going and going and going. It doesn't take up much product at all. And I use a brush to just blend it into the skin. It is the most skin-like, beautiful light coverage foundation with skin focused ingredients, nothing harsh. This is like if I'm having bad skin days, I wear this and stop foundation for a while, and this helps my skin feel so good. I love it so much. I will never stop screaming from the mountaintops how much I love this foundation. I've repurchased it more times than I can count. If you have not tried this and you like light coverage, this is it. You can use it as a concealer, kind of. I still use a regular concealer on top, but you can use it to conceal as well. Especially for spot concealing, it does work pretty well for that. But this is so good, and it has, I don't want to like give a product too much credit, but this has kind of changed my skin. I have noticed with this brand specifically that my skin always feels great. My acne is not as crazy. My skin looks so good. I mean, recently my skin has been doing amazingly for months now, and I don't know. Coincidence? I don't know. But this foundation is the one that I use when I want good skin for a long time. Like if I'm leading up to an event and I don't want to break out, this is what I use. In the skin tint category, this one I would say I lean more towards the drugstore. And I say that because if you're gonna go for like a skin tint, not a foundation, like I would argue that there is a difference in my opinion between light coverage foundation and a skin tint. So this is gonna have that buildable coverage, but also the skin tints are more just like swipe on and go, really like minimal pigmentation. Sometimes it kind of goes in between. It can be built up sometimes, but not always. But skin tints, if you're gonna go that route, I would say save and get it at the drugstore. So my all-time favorite right now is a new addition to my collection, which is absolutely incredible. This never happens, okay? I never buy a bunch of foundations to try, but for some reason the drugstore really started coming out with a bunch of them and I really enjoyed. So this one is actually the cheapest option of all of them, and I think it might be my favorite. Like honestly, this has it. So this is the Wet n Wild Bare Focused Niacinamide Skin Tint. 5% niacinamide in here. This is in shade Fair, and I will say the only problem with this is they don't always have all of the shades in store, and the shade range, at least in the store that I went to today was abysmal. But maybe they have different shades online. I will have to pop it up right here for you guys to see what it looks like online. This has hyaluronic acid and peony extract, and this, I'm wearing this today. My skin is so glowy. It has light coverage, but it feels like it's covering everything I need it to in such a beautiful way. It lays down. It does not gather in weird spots on me. It does not feel drying at all. It is actually hydrating, and I've had it on for a few hours now. It still looks incredible. Doesn't make me overly oily. I do have dry skin though. I would be interested to hear what an oily skinned person says about this foundation or this skin tint, but anyway, this is just incredible, and I think it's like $5. $5, like that's crazy. That's crazy good. This is so good. You have to try it. Please, 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 if you like hydrating skin tint products, try this product, please. I usually am not screaming from the hilltops about a Wet n Wild product, let's be honest. I think that might be the only Wet n Wild product I still have in my collection after all my declutters. But it's a really, really, really good one. So there's that. I will say I do have a few more high-end skin tints, like the CL one. It's good, but honestly, grab the Wet n Wild. This is really good if you want SPF. This is at Sephora. Their products do have SPF 50 in them, which is great. It is a dropper, just like the Wet n Wild one is. And I do like this one. And it has good ingredients in it. I will say it's a clean brand at Sephora. It is really good, but the Wet n Wild is better. I can like multiple products, but because of that price point, save, 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 save. I also tried the Lumi Le Glow tint. This one is good. Not as good as the Wet n Wild, but it's okay. It's good. I will say maybe for the summertime when my skin is not as dry, I did find that this one needs something to pair it with, like some hydrating product for me, rather like the Lumi Glotion is a good one, or like the Say Beauty Star Glow. Oh God, what is it called? I'll pop it up right here. It's like the gel, the glow gel. It needs something like that to kind of boost it, to give it more hydration, but the coverage is good. It is a skin tint. It's got that nice light coverage, but I still like that. I still like the Wet n Wild one so much better, but this is another option. If you don't want something quite as hydrating, maybe try this one. I am shade Cool, in shade 100. So splurge on the foundations, save on the skin tints. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, so next category. So this one is another one that I could probably go on and on and on and on and on about because I love blush. I have a whole drawer dedicated to blush and highlighters, and probably 90% of it is blush. I got rid of a lot of highlighters during the declutter. It was crazy. The drugstore has been churning out blush, and they've been churning out the glowy kinds of blushes. I love that. I am here for it. I love it. I will say I'm going to give it to the save category for blush because right now the drugstore has got it. I will give you a couple high-end ones if you are looking for a nice blush, but I still think you should go ahead and save because the drugstore ones, hint, hint, are like just so good for the money. It's incredible. As far as a liquid blush goes, if you want a really light coverage, skin-like, blendable with a little bit of glow, like looks like your skin but better kind of a blush, the NARS Afterglow blush is the way to go. So good. I used to like the other one with the pump, the regular blush. This kind of surpassed that for me, so I did end up decluttering the other one. And the Flush Bombs. Okay, so if you're gonna go for a more luxury blush, these are incredible. This formula hasn't been replicated by a drugstore brand. So if you're gonna go for a more luxury blush, try these. This one is I don't even want to call it a lighter coverage blush. It's a skin-like blush, but you can really build the pigmentation and it lasts a long time on your skin. It looks beautiful all day long. It gives some glow, but not like a shiny, like glittery glow. It just gives like a wet look to your cheeks. Incredible. Over top of foundation, no foundation, it doesn't matter. These are gonna look incredible. I swipe these on to go to the gym for just a little bit of blush. I wear these on top of foundation for a full glam look. They're incredible. So the Merit Flush Bombs, this one is in shade Beverly Hills. It is a nice like soft pink color. This is in shade Cheeky, and it's a little bit of like a berry tone. It is so good, guys. These are really incredible. They're not like super expensive, but they are still on the luxury side. They're at Sephora, but when you get these on sale, get it on sale during the Sephora sale, y'all, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. These are incredible. If you haven't tried them, try them. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, but when I really love makeup, I start to ramble, so I'll just leave it at that. So those are the luxury options that I will say I recommend, but let's get to the drugstore options that are really, truly incredible. Let me just say, this is going to be big, y'all, okay? So the Juvia's Place Cream Blush, it is the blushed cream blush in shade Peach Please. Like, sometimes I don't even think I need any other blush in my collection. The Merit ones are the only exception. Like, I could do this and the Merit ones and we'd be golden. This has more outright pigmentation than the Merit ones. That's why the Merit ones are so unique to me, because I can choose whether I want like that no makeup kind of look or glam by building it up. This one is pigmented off the bat. And I love that. I do love that. It has a place in my collection for that reason. This shade in particular is my perfect natural kind of blush. Incredible. It has a glow to it, but it's not a glittery glow. It's just a nice natural looking glowy cheek. This one from Milani, also incredible. So this one can definitely be built up, but I have noticed it takes a lot of product to build up. So I would give the slight edge to the Juvia's Place for blendability reasons and the fact that you don't have to use as much product. But this one, it's like they were trying to be Charlotte Tilbury and they actually came pretty close. So this one is in shade Dolce Pink. And the little sponge thing doesn't have to get as crazy dirty as the Charlotte Tilbury one, at least so far, which I really like. But this one is also a glowier blush. This is that pinky toned blush that I really, really love. It gives like, this is like the cool pink, this is the warm pink. But these are really great. This one is a liquid, this one is a cream, and they're so good. If you prefer liquid, go for this one. If you prefer cream, here you go. I am in love with both of these blushes. But again, I'll give the slight edge to the Juvia's Place. I forgot to mention, with the blushes, if you want powder blushes, I don't have a ton of drugstore ones that I actually really enjoy. I will say to splurge a little bit on the powder blushes, because Bare Minerals, their bronzers are incredible, and the Kosas powder blushes are also really great. If I'm gonna go powder, it's probably gonna be the more luxury brands, splurge worthy. So just remember that. But if you do want a powder blush that's from the drugstore that's really great, the Milani blushes, these are the baked powder blushes. This is in the iconic, absolutely crazy, well-known shade, Luminoso. And it is really beautiful. It looks very similar. The Kosas ones are not super, super glowy. This one is more on the glowy side, kind of like a blush lighter situation. But it gives a great effect on the cheek, and it is from the drugstore. So definitely check those out. But yeah, I don't have too many other powder blushes from the drugstore that I really enjoy. So if you're going to go powder, I might say splurge. Cream blushes, the drugstore has those right now. So save, save, save. Next up is bronzer. Okay, bronzers. I have a few drugstore options that I like, but my favorite one was discontinued. So, can I recommend to save money when the only drugstore bronzer that I really, really loved is being discontinued? And I hate that, and I really just feel personally attacked by L'Oreal. I would die on this hill that this is the best bronzer freaking ever. Okay, I would die on that hill. But because they stole this away from me and they refuse to make it anymore, I can't give it to the save category because I don't have a single gosh darn bronzer in my collection from the drugstore that I really, really love. That's not this one. So I'm going to have to give it to the splurge category. I hate that it's making me do that. But especially when this existed, this Lumi line is just incredible. And I don't know why they got rid of this. So many people have been commenting how much they loved this bronzer, and the fact that they got rid of it is just heart-wrenching, to be honest. Because I'll never be able to get this again. I'm like using it sparingly because I love it so much. But yeah, I can't. It's done now. It's gone. So I have to give it to the splurge category because you know what? These bronzers are incredible too. They are definitely higher in price tag, okay? They're higher in price tag, but they're great. They're really, really great, okay? If you want a matte bronzer and not a glowy one, I would recommend the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This is in shade Fair 1, and as you can see, I love this bronzer. I do. I really, really love this. It's incredible. It is truly special and great. The only reason I usually recommend the Lumi one over this one is because of that glowy factor. Now, because that's being discontinued, obviously I can't do that anymore. But you get so much product in here. You get a nice big mirror. It feels luxurious. It's great. If you've ever felt the powders by Charlotte Tilbury, This is so, so good. The airbrush powders, they're great. The bronzer is really good. This one, this is as close to the Lumi bronzer I have gotten, and this is Kosas. This is the Sun Show bronzer in the shade Waves. It has that baked quality that gives it that glowiness, and it is really great. This is not too warm for me, which is important with a bronzer. Both of these, why they were so good is because of the tone. It is not too warm for me at all, so it looks very natural on my skin. I can't have anything that's too warm as a bronzer. It just will make me look orange or just not alive if it's a too gray tone. So Kosas is the closest to this that I've been able to come. So I'm so sorry that I can't tell you to save, but you're gonna have to splurge in order to get something really, really, really similar to it. It's still really good though. But yeah, matte bronzer, Charlotte Tilbury, glowy one that's like this one, Kosas. As far as the cream bronzers go, I don't really use much. That's pretty much what I can say. I don't know if I can really give it to the Splurge or Save because I just don't prefer to use cream bronzer as much, to be honest. The only two cream bronzers that I really ever use are the Merit one and the CL one, and I really, really enjoy those. But I did just recently try the ColourPop one, and I also really enjoy that one. This shade is pretty good on me. It is Laguna Beach. I will say though, I probably would prefer these over the ColourPop, so I'm gonna give it to the Splurge category for the cream bronzers. I'm sorry. So bronzer in general gets the Splurge category. I'm sorry. Highlighter category is probably my favorite thing to talk about because I love to glow. Okay, this one is actually a new product in my collection and I'm absolutely loving it. This one is from Natasha Denona. This highlighter is incredible. It doesn't even look like I've used it much because I really haven't. I've tried it for the past couple days, but it just gives such a beautiful, natural looking highlight that's kind of incredible. My skin looks so glowy and gorgeous. Incredible. And then also Merit Beauty Highlighting Balm. This one I haven't been able to shut up about. I love it so much. It's so, so good. Okay. Just trust me. Try it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Because it is just, if you're not wearing any makeup, it looks gorgeous. And it gives your skin like this wet, glassy look. If you're wearing makeup, you can still put it on and it won't disturb anything below. No foundation messing up or powder messing up. It just goes over and it's beautiful. I have mine in shade Kava, which is the lightest shade. And it looks a little bit darker in the stick, but when it goes on, it is just glass. It looks like glass on my skin. And I will say, for those of you who are wondering, because we're talking about drugstore versus prestige here, I also have the Lumi Le Glace stick. Ooh, there's a hair. Get away. Go. The Lumi Le Glace stick is incredible. I will say the one difference is this one is like I have to warm it up on the back of my hand first. It's not as right off the bat shiny, but they look very similar. Okay, there is a difference in the formula. You're gonna have to warm it up a tad on your hand before you go in order to not disturb anything below. I will say the Merit one does a better job, in my opinion, of not disturbing the makeup that's below, but this one still does have a similar glassy effect for a much cheaper price tag. So during the sale, try the Merit one. If it's not on sale, maybe try this one. This is a great way to see if you like that balm highlighter look, and definitely is the best balmy highlighter that I've tried from the drugstore. I'm gonna have to give the highlighter a Splurge category. Even though there are some great drugstore options, when I think of the highlighters that I reach for a majority of the time, most of them are Splurge worthy. Plus, the only drugstore highlighter that I can think of that I really love, like more than a prestigious highlighter brand, would be from Pixi. So this one has a blush, a bronzer, and highlighters. But the reason I show you this one is because look how well used these highlighters are. They're so incredible. And these are probably like the drugstore brand highlighter that I would reach for. But Pixi's more expensive, so it's almost verging on prestige anyway, to be honest. Like their price tags have been getting a little bit up there, especially for their palettes and stuff like that. But the solo highlighters, go ahead and get those, like the powders, the glowy powders. Those are great. They're so fantastic. But when I think of like the highlighters that I love in my collection and that I would recommend to people, other than the Lumila Glass, okay, that one kind of came out of nowhere, and the ColourPop Super Shock if you want that like 2016 cream highlighter look. Or recently I just tried the NYX one. The NYX one is also great if you want that like 2016 blinding powder highlight. It is good, but the ones that I tend to reach for still are not from the drugstore. So the Merit Beauty one definitely is up there. The Natasha Denona, still unrivaled in my opinion. I have used the same one forever and it is so good. So if you haven't tried it and you want to try it during the sale, get it while it's on sale because it is a little bit on the expensive side. The Bare Minerals blush lighters, I guess I could have put them in the blush category, but I use them more as a highlighter. These are absolutely stunning. They look like my skin is just in, it looks like I used a finishing powder and a highlighter and a blush all at the same time. These are absolutely wild and incredible. I love them so much. Really hard for the drugstore to compete with that, let's be real. So, concealer. I do not keep a bunch on me all the time. Of the new ones that I have, I mostly bought drugstore ones to try drugstore concealers because for the most part, I like ones from Sephora. So like the Kosas one, this one is great. This is the creamy brightening concealer. Yeah, the Revealer Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer. I knew it had some long name. This is in 0.5 neutral. I use that all the time. It's really great. It's kind of like a medium coverage. You can blend it out, get a medium coverage if you build it. It's more like light to medium, I guess. If I want full coverage, if I want my tried and true, this is the Hourglass one. I am reaching for this one. This is in shade Birch. This is the Vanish Concealer. And wow, if you're gonna get a luxury product, this one is worth it. This is like the type of thing to get during the sale. It's incredible. Full coverage concealer. I wear this as a foundation sometimes. It just works that well. And then the NARS Soft Matte Pot Concealer, another item I will be repurchasing during the sale because I am almost out. This is really, really, really great and has lasted me, I think like a year or a year and a half, just this one. So yeah, I don't need it often, but when I do, I'm gonna get it on sale. You know that. But as far as the drugstore goes, I have found some that I like, actually. This one, however, the Skin Silk Under Eye Brightener and Concealer, it doesn't have the same amount of coverage as the Kosas, but it does have that same brightening effect. And it has a metal wand, like a metal tipped wand, so that it has this like little pocket here that deposits the product and a cooling wand to apply it. It really depuffs the eyes. It feels great. I will say it does feel to me more like a light coverage concealer though. It is not as buildable as I would like it to be. If I want a more high coverage concealer, I'm gonna have to go more into the luxury brands. That's just it. At least of the ones that I've tried. Do you have a favorite drugstore concealer that you love and that has a really nice coverage to it while still having that kind of radiant look? I don't like anything too drying underneath the eyes. Let me know your recommendations, but at least from my collection, this is the only drugstore one that I would really say to go for, the Skin Silk one. But I need more options for concealer, so I'm gonna give it to the splurge category. Powders, for me, pour moi, I'm gonna have to give that to the splurge category too. I know. I can hear everybody in the comments being like, why would you spend so much money on powder? Well, there are drugstore powders that are good. Let me just preface it that way. The powders that come to my mind when I'm like, I need to set my eyes for an event, like I need it to be seamless, I need it to be beautiful, I need it to be everything all in one, I need it to not be drying, I need it to have the perfect amount of pigmentation, etc., etc. Then that, I'm thinking the prestige brands have it, okay? So like, let's say the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Powder. I love that powder, okay? I had to declutter it because I emptied it. It was so good. It just has this beautiful quality that sets the under eyes so beautifully, also blurs, also brightens, also does all the things. It's great. Also, I'm almost panning The Hourglass one, this is so good. I'm sorry it's so mirrored, but look at that pan. I love this powder so freaking much. It's amazing. It actually has a very similar feel to it to the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't really know which one I like better because I emptied the Charlotte Tilbury one before I started really using this in like heavily, like using it all the time. So I need to like directly compare them, but this has a very similar feel to it. It's a powder that's so smooth and airbrush, but it feels hydrating on the eyes. Well, not like hydrating like you have water on your under eye, but like not drying, I guess is what I'm looking for. And then of course my Kosas powder. I love this to set my under eyes. This is the Airy Cloud Set powder from Kosas. And look how much I've used. I'm gonna pan this. This is like an indent. Or sorry, this is an indent. This is where it comes up. I have used this so much that I have made this giant divot in here. It's kind of wild. It hasn't broke on me and I've traveled with it a lot, so that's good. The mini ones do break, so watch out for those. But this one is so good. It's what I'm wearing under my eyes today. I love it. It has the perfect amount of pigmentation. It also has a little bit of radiance to it, but not like shiny powder. It's just got all the things and I love it. A finishing powder. The finishing powder that I love is from Hourglass. So I need to repurchase an Hourglass powder because I don't know where mine went. I don't know where mine went at all. But I had it in dim light, loved that one. And of course, like the finishing powders here, so good. All of the powder products from Hourglass are really incredible, but especially just like their finishing powder in general is just so good. This one from Laura Mercier, this is their Highlight 01 Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I got this in a BoxyCharm like 5 years ago, maybe more. It's still going strong. It used to be like out to here, and I've used it until it's almost flat. This is so good. It acts very much like the Hourglass powders. It is a little bit more on the glowy side. It could be a highlighter, it could be a finishing powder, just depending on what brush you use. It's incredible. So the only drugstore powder that I really go for is the Maybelline Fit Me. And it's not the best, it's not the worst. It's just not my favorite. I tend to reach for the more luxury brands for powder. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the ones I've tried, okay? I have recently tried the Juvia's Place Powder Foundation in the shade Oslo. This one feels really great. I also have this on today in some spots just to add some more pigmentation, but I have found that this under my eyes is not my favorite, but as a like all over the face kind of powder, I like it. It's just, it did not mesh with the lines under my eyes as well as I would have hoped, and as well as like the Kosas one does, but I still really enjoy it. But that's the only one from the drugstore that really kind of stands out to me. So I'm gonna give that to the splurge category, and we're gonna move on. I think we're up to eyeshadow, and this one is really difficult. LOL JK, it's not difficult for me. I'm gonna give this to the splurge category. If you've watched my declutters, if you've watched any video on my channel at all, you're gonna know that I am in love with Natasha Denona's eyeshadow formula. I have about 1 million, I know that's a little bit dramatic, but I have about 1 million of her palettes. And I love them all dearly. Or if you want to know how much I love each of one of them, I have a ranking video. You can go watch. But the formula is unfreaking matched. I don't know what they put in those. There are some hits and misses in different palettes, don't get me wrong. There are some shades that I don't love, like the creamed powder ones, maybe not. Check and see if they're in a palette before you buy it, and you'll know if you really want that one. I'll just give you one mini palette and one big palette just to show you what I'm talking about here. The Yucca palette. This one is just stunning. Stunning. I mean, come on. This is so beautiful. The mattes perform just incredibly. There's no cream. Well, there's like one cream to powder shade in here. Oh, two. But I don't really use these colors super often. These right here. But all of the powder mattes are so incredible. They're so pigmented. They're blendable. They're long lasting on the eyelids. They are just everything you want them to be. They're layerable. they're just everything I want. And the shimmers are just so good. This one here, I have swatches in my declutter video, so you can watch that. I'm not going to sit here and swatch everything. I'm not going to do it, even though this is my favorite category of makeup to talk about, and I could go on and on forever. I'm not going to swatch, but I will give you a little up close zoom in to these. So incredible. This doesn't even do it justice because you can't see like all the micro glitters. If I have to like shine a flashlight for you to see all the different colors in there, but incredible. This is the mini Starlit palette. It is the cutest travel palette for weddings ever. It is like, if I had to name it, it's like the blushing bride. It just is so gorgeous. These tones, are you kidding me? At least on my skin tone. I'm not sure if this would come up gray on someone with a more warm skin tone than me, but I am a neutral, kind of leaning cool. This works incredibly, and these colors are stunning, but don't worry, they have the mini palettes in so many different color stories for each skin tone. I mean, you just look on their website and you'll find something that you love. But these are travel size. They are actually, they're 25 or 27. I think they're $27, and on sale, they're so worth it. During the sale, go ahead and check these out. I'm probably gonna get one of the bigger palettes during the sale, maybe. So watch out for that because I am a menace. But just for funsies, if you are looking for eyeshadow palettes that are on the cheaper side from the drugstore and you don't want to splurge on an eyeshadow palette, because I get it, it's expensive for powder, I get it. Under the Sun Sunset Days palette. This is such a good one if you want a nice neutral pink toned palette. These shimmers are really great. This one does have a little bit more of like glitter in it, so maybe stay away from that one. It's not a pressed glitter, so you should be fine, but like the chunks, it's a little chunkier when you apply it, but all the other ones are just a normal, like great shimmer. Super, super good. I love LA Girl Shimmer formula, and their mattes are so buttery and soft and beautiful. The only thing is, to me, the Natasha Denona lasts longer on the eyes. So this one, if you don't mind it not lasting like from dusk till dawn, this probably is okay for you. And the quality of these is really great. I can't not mention ColourPop palettes. All of their palettes that I've tried, I've actually liked, some more than others. This one is a really good one. This has Super Shock shades in the palette and also their normal shimmer formula. This is actually the only 9 pan that I've kept in my collection over the declutters because I really love the color story, and it has just kind of stood the test of time. It's kind of old, actually. This has been out for a long time. We only have a few categories left, and so let's just talk mascara real quick. I don't have a ton to talk about today. Mascara, there are just so many, and I don't really try a lot of new ones. Let's just be real, okay? I try a couple new ones, but when I find one that I like and doesn't flake, I stick to it. I'm gonna go ahead and give the mascara category a draw. So the reason I say that is because I love the Rare Beauty mascara. I don't have it with me because I do not keep that many open mascaras on hand. The Ilia Beauty Fullest mascara, I really enjoy. That's what I'm wearing today. It is looking a little rough because it is the end of the day, but I have noticed this does transfer a tiny bit, and so does the Rare Beauty one, just on the lower lashes. It's nothing crazy, and it's great for my sensitive eyes. I am a lens wearer and it doesn't flake and go crazy, which I need. But there are drugstore options that are really great too. This one actually is one that doesn't flake as much on me. This is the lash extender from e.l.f. This is a great one, and the Sky High from Maybelline. When it starts getting older, it does start to flake more though, I've noticed, so I have to get a new one more frequently than, let's say, the Rare Beauty or the Ilia one, but it does happen to both. Mascara, I will say there are so many drugstore options that are great. Start there and then go to the other ones if needed. Last up is lip products, and I'm gonna go category by category just because you can't compare a lipstick to a lip liner to a balm to an oil and all that stuff. As far as lip balm goes, I'm gonna give it a splurge. Okay, the Maracuja lip stuff from Tarte. I mean, I say stuff because there's a bunch of different types and I don't want to just say one of them. Everything except for the plumping stuff, okay? If it has the word plump in it, I turn and run the opposite direction. But the lip balm, The lip vinyls, those are so good. I don't know how much I can say about them other than that. I'm wearing the balm on my lips today. This one is in shade Rose. It has the clicky little thing. I'm gonna really high because I've been talking a lot. It just gives such a great shine to the lips and just a subtle color, and I love it. I have a deep berry color. I think it's in shade Passion Fruit. I love that. It stains my lips a little bit like of a deep pink. Really enjoy that one. And the Laneige lip, it's not a lip balm, it's a sleeping mask, but I use it as a balm. The Laneige lip sleeping mask is also incredible. So get these products while they're on sale at Sephora if you can. If not, go to the website and get these. Like, go to the brand's website directly and get them, because oh my gosh, these are good. And balm is something you use all the time. That's why I hate that it's a splurge, but I just haven't found anything quite as hydrating and luxurious at the drugstore, to be honest. All right, let's talk about lip oils. I'm going to go ahead and say save your money. Save it. Because I can't imagine spending so much money on a lip oil when the drugstore has so many lip oils that all are pretty much the same to me. To be honest, like legit, they're all the same to me. My number one is from e.l.f. These are the Glow Reviver lip oils, and this one is in the glimmer finish. I personally, obviously, love glitter. I say obviously, if you're new to my channel, hi, I love glitter. My Instagram page has always had glitter makeup, so I'm a glitter girly. I'm a shimmer girly. I love everything that sparkles. This is in shade Divine Wine, and oh my gosh, is it just like the beautiful sparkly wine tone. These do not have a plumping effect. They do not have that like minty, well, they're like slightly minty, but they don't have that like prickly feeling that some lip oil plumpers have had. This is not plumping. This just is a solid lip oil. It just hydrates the lips a little bit. It gives you a little something something, and this one does have a beautiful sheer tint to it and that beautiful sparkly finish. So I love these. I have the lighter pink shade too. I forget what that one is, but I'll pop it up right here. Really enjoyed those. This was actually a repurchase, so these are really great. I have not tried the Dior lip oils, but please don't spend that money. Please don't spend that amount of money on a lip oil, please, when the e.l.f. ones actually exist and they're good. So save your money on lip oils. Lip liners. If you can see into this cup, you will notice that most of these are from the drugstore. So what am I gonna say? Save your money. Please save your money. So I have maybe like 2 more luxury brand lip liners in here, and they're both from Charlotte Tilbury. So I will say this with a caveat: save your money, except if you do want to splurge. Charlotte Tilbury lip liners are the way to go if you want to spend a little bit more money on your lip liner. But I will say that the Charlotte Tilbury ones, the longevity of these is a benefit, okay? It is more than the drugstore ones, but it comes at the price. So if you want the long-lasting lip liners, you might want to splurge a little bit. But if you just want a lip liner that looks beautiful and it works really, really well, still has a good longevity, just not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury ones, then e.l.f. has some great ones. This one is from the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. I really enjoyed this one. This was in shade Nude 01, and I have used this. It was this long. And then I used it so much, I sharpened it down and it got to that. I really love that shade. It is a light, pale, pinky shade. It is featured in my Z-Clutter video. I swatched all of these in that video, so definitely go check it out. LA Girl has some really good ones. ColourPop has some really good lip liners. This one's in BFF. This is their lippy pencil. So good. Juvia's Place, their lip liners are really good. They actually have a retractable version. NYX has a good retractable version. And also the wooden pencil from NYX is really good too. Next category is lip gloss, and I'm gonna give that to the splurge category because I love the Tower 28 lip glosses. There, I said it. That's my favorite hands down lip gloss ever, and I can't imagine any other one comparing. So there's that. The Tower 28 lip gloss in shade Magic. It's a lip jelly. It kind of has like a hybrid feel of a lip oil and a gloss, which is why I love it so much. The shade Magic is truly magical. It is a clear gloss with gold shimmer in it. It is everything I want from a lip gloss. It is not sticky. It is not goopy. It is not like it doesn't spread all over everywhere and smear around. It is cushiony. It is pillowy. It is hydrating. It is everything that I want from any lip product ever. And I will continue to repurchase that lip gloss until they literally don't make it anymore. I wore it on my wedding day. I love it so much. Okay. Do they have good glosses from the drugstore? Sure. Yeah. Yeah, they have some. In my opinion, do they compare at all to Tower 28? No, absolutely not. That's just my opinion. And honestly, I can't really give you any drugstore lip gloss options because I don't wear anything else. I'm so sorry. Like, I've tried other gloss options and nothing has even come close. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. That's it. The lip gloss category goes to Tower 28. We won't call that a save or a splurge. It's just Tower 28. The last category in my collection that I'll go through is lipstick. That one I'm also going to give to a splurge. I'm sorry, please don't hate me. There are some really great drugstore options for lipsticks. I will go ahead and give those to you, but in my opinion, the luxury ones just have something. They have something special. Okay, and I'll get to those in a second. But if you want to save some money on some lipsticks, e.l.f. I think it's just the satin lipsticks. This one is so good. This is in shade No Doubt. Really, really great. The packaging looks like NARS. Super luxurious feeling drugstore lipstick. Milani has a beautiful one. Has beautiful packaging. This one is in shade Pleasure. This one is also a matte lipstick. Really, really good. Really pretty. Can't go wrong. However, brands like this exist. In my humble opinion, these lipsticks are like the best ever. These lipsticks are just so good that I can't imagine a drugstore brand coming out with something similar enough for me to switch my answer to save. And that's a wild take. I know. A lot of people are gonna be like, come on, the drugstore has some good ones. If you want something that fills in the lines of your lips, that is not matte, but it's not glowy either, it's kind of right in between. Lawless. This has a slight plumping effect. Very, very minuscule, but it is great. It is such a good lipstick, and this is in shade Wedding Day, which made me, of course, have to have it around my wedding time. But it is the most perfect nude. It's been used a ton, so it kind of looks gross. But it is like cool toned nude shade that is just so good. Like, really, truly makes my lips look plumper without having to do anything. It is not the most hydrating lipstick, but it is really great. You want a lightweight lipstick that is like barely there, but also can be built up in pigmentation. The Merit Beauty ones are so freaking good. These are incredible. This is in shade Baby. I have other shades over there, but it is my like pink toned nude. Really, really great. I've used this one a ton. It feels like I have nothing on my lips, but it still has a beautiful pigmentation to it. It's just so nice. If you want a truly hydrating lipstick formula that sometimes I got so many compliments on when I wore this lipstick, I didn't know a lipstick could get me compliments. This is the Huda Beauty cream lipstick in the shade Buttercup. This one, first of all, the packaging, are you kidding me? Incredible. I have almost used this up. That's how much I love this lipstick. I may have to get another one during the sale. I love it that much. I'm not going to talk too much about the Becca one because that one's discontinued, but if you watch my declutter video, that one's really incredible. But I can't talk too much about it because I don't want to talk about a discontinued product. The last two I'm going to talk about, MAC and Charlotte Tilbury. These are absolute icons. We know Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury is the reigning queen of lipsticks, okay? We know this. We love her. Charlotte Tilbury's lipstick formula has just something really, truly incredible to it. The longevity is awesome in these, but without being drying. This is the matte formula. really great matte formula. Usually I don't like matte lips, but this one is so good. The kissing formula is also good. Like their hydrating formula is really good. But the matte formula is actually like one of my favorite ones from them. It's great. I have nothing bad to say. The shades, some of the nude shades can pull a little orange. So definitely swatch them in store if needed. But they just have a quality to them that really the price tag, I mean, it is higher, but I can see why sometimes for those products. Lip products from Charlotte Tilbury, they got that magic in there. I don't know how they did it. And last but not least, obviously MAC. MAC lipsticks are legendary. Since the dawn of makeup YouTube emerged, the MAC lipsticks, I mean, Teddy or Velvet Teddy and whatever the other shade is. I mean, all of them have been icons. Ruby Woo, that's the one I was thinking of, the red shade. All of those have been icons for a long time, and MAC lipsticks are still going strong. They're still kicking, and they're still one of my favorite formulas. And the smell, the fragrance of MAC lipsticks will forever just like trigger memories in my head. That kind of like somewhat sweet vanilla scent that's not too overpowering. This is in shade Blankety. And oh my god, it looks kind of gross right now because I've used it so much. I'll show you the swatch while it's on my... but yeah, this is like my perfect lip shade. It looks just like my lip color when I have it on. It is in more of a hydrating formula. This is the Amplified Cream Lipstick formula. They have a shimmer formula of lipstick. They have a matte formula of lipstick. They have liquid lipsticks. They have all this stuff. So good. Oh yeah, and liquid lipstick. That reminds me, the only liquid lipstick that I like is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's their Velvet Liquid Lipstick. So good. Absolutely crazy good. All not drugstore, sadly. But the day the drugstore comes out with something that's good enough, I'll be there, okay? I'll be there. I'm going to try it. I'm searching. I'm hunting. Because so far, the only drugs... So, well, I guess it's kind of even, right? So lip gloss and lipsticks go to the Splurge. Lip liners and lip oils go to the Save. Oh, and lip balms go to the Splurge, too. They kind of balance each other out, right? I guess. But yeah. So, that is everything. I hope I didn't miss a category. I don't think I did. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this type of video, please let me know. I'm trying to revamp my channel a little bit, trying to see what kind of content y'all like. If you like this format, if you like the kind of declutter format where I'm just talking about the makeup, showing you a blank background with makeup, let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you had an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.